Welcome. My name's Brian Knight and I live near Melbourne in Australia. And it's just turned 5 o'clock in the morning on a Monday for me. It's 2 hours before the market opens in Sydney for the Sydney Asian session. So just have a look and see what happened for last week and maybe look at some projected plans for maybe this week. Let's see. Let me share though first. I'll just share this screen. Welcome, Grace.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, busy weekend.
Always fun.
Yeah. So this is a risk disclosure. So uh, welcome to Anna. Welcome. So welcome to this live FOREX analysis session. Please note that any trades discussed in this group are to be classed purely as educational only. The reason for that is that we're a group of people helping each other and we're not financial advisors. So there is listed a full risk disclosure there and a little bit about us as live session traders as well. So that's where that is at the moment. And then this is my current trading platform. So by the end of the week, I was in basically 17 positions. So these are all majority of them, I think, are trades that had sell stops or buy stops in place. The majority of them are buy. I think there's only one. There's only your AUD that's in a sell, but the rest are all buys. Have got negative things, but the majority of them are positive. Equity's okay. History wise, I got knocked out of AUD for some reason. And a few of the others, but like that's just testing some of those out. The other thing is there's only three. I can't remember. I think I had about eight or more, but there are three now that are as orders. They're still sitting there. There's a Euro CAD, Euro CHF, and a USD JPY, and you can see, two of them are, one was like 190 pips away from where I had set entry up, and we can have a look at those anyway because I'll have the lines on them. And one's like the Euro CHF is like 34 pips away from entry. But quite a few of the trades here that got taken sort of got kicked in at changeover when the market basically went over sorry, on Thursday or Friday, like when it changed over from New York to the Sydney Asian. So it basically just the spread basically kicked me in because of where that entry line is. Welcome, Tom. So that's, some of these that I may not have been in. But anyway, I'm in two AUD NZDs. What else am I in? Double up. I think that's it. Anyway, there's a number of trades there that have initiated anyway. So, um, yeah, and some basically kicked in and then sort of sucked back a bit. So we'll have a look. Anyway, I'll just stop sharing that at the moment. We'll go across onto the charts. I think it's a good idea. And let's have a look and see where things are at. So I don't know if you saw it, but I've got trailing stops on all of these now. So AUD CAD, I am in, yes. So that one is a buy. And you can see where this is basically, that line is basically entry. and it's pushed up and um, gone into, just pull back down a bit. We'll just see what happens. Stop loss is down here. All right. Pretty simple setup. Very simple. It could come back. We'll just see what happens with it. Anyway, AUD it got kicked into that, and then it pushed back up and down. Stop loss here, entry there. I mean, didn't move a lot on the last day of trading, but of last week. But that's okay. Still went positive. We've still got a green trend bar. It's only just come back into the channel, and we've had along in a couple of triangles there. Doesn't mean it won't come back down. It just where it is at the moment. 80 JPY. It pushed up, back down again, pushed back up again. So that's okay. Again, entry there it was for that day. Stop loss back down here. And Tom, on your sort of understanding, if it's going to sell, it's going to have to break those lows there. That's where you put your stop loss, and you have to commit one way or the other. Mine was to buy, and when it came up to the entry, it got into into the trade, and then the last day of trading, it basically pulled back a bit. It would have been slightly negative, and then it's back into positive again, and yeah, so that's where that is. ADNZD, and also to a buy. Yes, Tom.
Oh, never mind. You trade on C Trader. I was like, well, if you're in this, why isn't it showing next to the AUD JPY in your scale? Because you don't trade on this. Never mind.
I'm on scale.
Yeah, you see where it says AUD JPY?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, yeah,
over
I
to your
trade
right.
C Trader, not on.
Yes.
Over here.
Yes. That's what I was like, wait a second. He just said he was in this, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I didn't see it. Mine shows it. That's why.
Yeah, because you trade actually on
Yeah,
TradingView.
exactly. Never mind.
Gotcha. No, that's all cool.
Hi, Brian. Hope you're well.
That's right, Tom. No worries at all. So when you trade it, because I haven't traded in TradingView, does it show up here or over here? Does it?
It shows up where it says. Do you see where it says AUD JPY with the dot?
Yeah,
right
here.
there.
Yeah.
Right next to that, there's a little circle, and it'll be a long or an S, and it'll be either, blue or whatever color you choose.
Okay.
In this case, it'd be a green circle with a long in it, because that's the color you chose.
That's really nice, isn't it? Yeah, but I might give that a try one day. Oh, anyway, I can probably set up a demo in it, and
well, I like it just because it's a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
It just has everything.
I might start doing that. We'll see. Do that plus C-Trade. Doesn't matter. I can do both. Doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because Pepperstone do have the ability to trade TradingView. Okay, no worries. I just do it sort of manually. So AUD that's an interesting one where it's pushed up, and on the last day of trading, basically it pulled back down again, would have gone negative and then pulled up. So you can see where, how do I explain this? So here we have high to low, outside long. There is no triangle, but that's okay. It came red, trend bar went green. I didn't get on this. Then it's like, well, okay, I want to buy this. If it's going to buy, it'll need to break the wick on the top of that. So that's sort of the buy option there. And if it's, stop loss down there, but if you had felt that it was going to sell, then that would be entry and probably stop loss up there. Anyway, it just reverses. And so to break that, now I think what happened was that was entry there. So what it did do is come up, poke through, and then came back down again. So that's okay. It's no worries. Because that's what happened the week before. If you remember, I had a number of trades, and then at the end of the week or the start of the week, they basically stopped me out.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to sort out to still be in the trade, but and have an option that anyway. So stop loss is further down here now, and in relation to each candle, which I think is much more sensible. What's coming up? What's all this? RBA minutes, 20th of August. Oh, okay. That's okay. The word is that nothing's going to move for 6 months. That's what we're sort of told by the RBA governor. But anyway, now I probably won't be able to be. Anyway, well, I'm back on buses, but the problem is my bus on the end of the week, it was leaking oil for some reason. So they've taken it away to workshop. So I don't know what I've got this morning. So I'm going to probably try to go a bit earlier to see what else I've got to drive. We'll see. Which means that I probably won't be able to stay on for maybe the full time this morning or today.
You gotta go, you gotta go.
That's right. I'm just giving the heads up, that's all. So again, same, if it's going to break, if it's going to buy, it'll break that high on that candle. You can see there, which it did. And it pushed up back down and it's now positive on that point, right? If it's going to sell or break down, then it's going to have to break that candle down there, right? So stop losses there, entry there, it got me in, right? Simple as that. AUD USD, same again, huh? Entry line, stop loss line. It's not brain surgery, this stuff. It's not that complicated. So yeah, so into that. And so now I've got.
Yeah, I just got into that.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Am I only one? I've only got one. I think I don't know, I got knocked out of the other one, but AUD. Yeah, no, only one. Yeah, I got knocked out of the other one, like 3 pips. So it was in it was in a stop profit situation with only 3 pips, but so the 2 trades. So what I've got to do now is I'll get rid of that. That now is in a single buy. Okay. Entry was there. So it depends. Market might open and pull back down, but that's okay. Stop loss is down there. And so I suppose from Darren's point of view, Darren might have, his stop loss down here and he'll be in. It gives me a tighter option, that's all.
What'd you stop?
The stop will be there.
No, how much?
Oh, sorry. Whoops. I've got a trailing stop. So in actual fact, it would move up as price moved up. Initially, the stop is 85 pips. Roughly.
Okay.
It's 85 to that. So if for example it's a 1% trade, then it's got to move 85 in that direction to make 1%. Yeah. In calculation of that stop loss with that entry. Okay. AUD USD, so it's good. Lovely. Nice. Majority of those except for AUD NZD in a small profit on each of them. CAD CHF. Now, oh, come on. Get the rails and lines to come in. Oh, it's just taking its time. Oh, there we go. Now been in this one for a while. I obviously didn't get in there with lines, but anyway. So up 26 pips on this one, and it does have a trailing stop on it. So I'm sort of just monitoring that at the moment. So the further it moves up, the more that the stop will follow it. If it comes back down, the stop will stay stationary. And I don't know how much is on that. 62575. So about here somewhere, about where that triangle is. About 75 pips, roughly. Yeah. Okay. KJPY. In that one and up 93 pips. Now again, I don't have any lines on that. It has it 107. 24. Actually quite tight up there, but anyway, we'll see. That might have been 50 at the start, so we'll just see how that travels. But the CAD JPY has pulled back down, so but I'm still, like 93 pips up on it at the moment. So I think I got in when it had turned green in here. All right. I didn't use the Tom method on that one, I don't think. Oh,
The
Miami.
2 lines?
Yeah, like
Oh no, that's the Brian method.
like this thing.
That's the Brian method.
The Brian method. Okay, no, okay, right. Let's call it that. Okay, CHF JPY. I'm actually in this trade, and that's an interesting one. I've been watching this. So if you look at it, what happened was, I'm pretty sure I set that line. Anyway, it poked up through, got me into the trade, then pulled back down again. So I'm something like about 86 pips negative at the moment. But that's okay. I'm not too fast. It's pushed up. It's got to pull back, like it might even pull back further, but the stop loss is down here. So if it entered and then come back, that's like 220 pips stop loss on that one. But there's a fair range for it to move if it's going to buy out. Okay. Your AED is the only one that I'm in for a sell, and it did kick in, and I'm now about 8 pips down because you can see it pull back up again. Yeah. So that one is I think it's the only, yeah, it's the only sell in the whole lot. I think I've got others set up, but yeah. So again, is this the Brian 2 line now, Tom? You want me to claim it?
Oh yeah. It's all you, man.
It's all me. Okay, right. All right, I'll allow that to happen. So we're out of the rail. We've got a red. It went green, then went red. We've got red triangles. We've got a short. Like my plan on this is, like this will sell, but it could push up further. But, it's well out there. We had this big wick thing pop up here and then pull back down again. So, hopefully, well, we'll just see. That's the OEO bit. What's this one? It probably won't affect too much. I don't know if there's a lot of news this week, Tom. Have you? I don't sort of see. Depends on whether there's GBP or USD news. Anyway, EuroCAD. Oh, there we go. That's the reason why I'm not in this trade. So what have I got it as? Hang on. History. Oh no, sorry, it's not order. Eurocat 120 away from it, and I was saying it's going to sell, right? But it has bought back up. So what I'm saying from this, what you can see is this would be entry down here, this would be stop loss up here, but it's sitting in this range at the moment. So if it comes down here to go further, which we'll see, it'll kick in. If it comes back up here and goes to what stop loss, it doesn't matter at all. I mean, it is out on the the top side of price, and it has pushed up for a couple of weeks up that way. So it's more likely to come down to balance out and then go back up. So I'm just going to sit there and wait for it. I don't know what your suggestion might be there, Tom, because I don't know whether I should put my entry up here now, below this wick here.
Well, are you looking for a long or a short?
Short. It would need to break the bottom of this candle here. I mean, or even
okay, well,
that.
here's my suggestion to you. This is how I end up doing it. What color is your candle?
It's green at the moment.
I automatically put on a short.
Yeah, I know. But
if it's a white candle, I'll pick a target.
Yeah, I know.
That's the last candle it has to beat.
Correct. So at the moment, this is a readjustment I'm talking about here potentially. So what I had was entry like down here, right? Because we had sell, bought, it means that it would need to break down past this white candle, but it's taken off up, and then we got that. So now, because we've got this situation where it's pushed up, not broken the high, and then pushed back down a bit in the week, then it might be prudent to now change entry, a sell stop, entry below where this candle is currently, because if it pushed down, you would need to break that candle to actually keep selling. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So if I go to my, if I just go to the setting on that one, and entry now could be, what's that, 1.5? I'll just change this and see what, because it'll tell me 1.5 0193 0193. Yeah. So that's 66 pips away rather than 20. It's like half the amount. Stop loss is still the same. All right. So now I've changed. Hang on a minute. I'll tell you. Stop loss is at the same spot up here. 1.51500.
Gotcha.
That point there, right? So
Okay.
I haven't changed that. So we'd need to break, that. Well, this candle doesn't really matter. I haven't gone to the top of the wick. So I'll just change that. So instead of it being 120 pips, it's now 66 pips away from entry at this point in time. Okay.
Can I jump in here for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so if it's got to beat that white candle at the bottom, right?
This one here, yeah.
No, the one to your left.
Oh, yeah, here, yeah.
Yeah, if it's got to beat that in order to go down because you're looking at a longer term trade.
Yeah.
The way I would set it up would be I'd put my entry right there at that bottom.
Well, that's where I had it.
Well, hold on. And I'd watch it. And I'd watch it. because you just got a long, right?
Yeah.
So the next thing you need is a short.
Sure. Yeah.
So this thing could bounce around for a couple of days, spiking up and spiking down and drawing
Yeah.
you
True.
in and
True.
giving you a possible loss. When
Yeah.
in actuality, you could just watch it. And as long as it doesn't beat that bottom, it's never going to trigger you in.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it says short, you adjust your stop to the top of the short.
Yeah. Correct. Okay. So you're saying instead of changing where entry potentially is, you then change your stop loss as the price it progresses.
Correct.
Okay.
Can you throw a
Rather
short
than
box on
entry
there?
price. Yeah, sure. So if it was there,
Right.
what
And
you're
put your
saying is,
stop. No, no, put your stop at the top of that white candle.
yeah, that one there.
Yeah, that one right there. Okay, so now
Yeah,
you know from the time it reaches your entry at some point, it's going
yeah.
to have to give you one, another white candle,
Mm-hmm.
and two, it's going to have to give you a short. So at that
Yeah,
point, you would slide your stop down to wherever that short is
yeah.
and let it continue down. You're only looking for the fat of the trade, not to
Mm-hmm.
get in at the earliest possible human convenience that you're
Mm-hmm.
going to take a wild guess that this thing isn't going to spike some way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's just patience. It's letting the trade come to you.
Yeah.
So when you say,
Okay.
I'm up 100 pips on this one with an 81 pip stop loss, and I'm saying I just got in this and I'm at
Mm.
a 31 pip stop loss, that's
Yeah,
that's the difference.
correct. Yeah, no, I
So
understand.
I may have lost that 100 pip, but I
Mm.
don't have to travel as far to make up that
Because
distance.
you have a much tighter stop loss on it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because the stop
So
loss is the profit regulator. Mm.
I was just going to say that. I
Yeah.
was just going to say somebody smart used to say all the time, that's your profit regulator. So just adjust it accordingly.
Yeah.
You just want to be sure you're going in the right direction of the
Direction.
trade.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Yeah,
Who
all
cares
right then.
if you miss out on that extra 100 pips?
Yeah,
A
who
win's
cares?
a
That's right.
win.
Yeah, yeah,
And look at
yeah,
that. There's no
true.
stress. Even if this thing shot down and triggered you in now, you could
Hmm.
always put on another trade,
Yeah,
but
correct.
this one's still going in the right direction. It's just not going to
Mm.
sneak past you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
That's why I say when I see that green candle, I place a trade
Yeah, yeah, no, no, I understand
because
what you're
I
saying.
wanted to go the other direction.
Hmm. Yeah,
Go ahead and long here. I don't care. I'm going to put my sell here. If you want my
correct.
money, you're going to have to come back to me.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come and get me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
When there's a white candle, I pick a target,
yeah.
the recent low.
Mm. Yeah, fair enough. Good. Welcome, Darren, too. Good to see you. All right. Now, what have I got over here?
Hey, Darren.
Uh, yes, yeah,
Hey,
Jack.
Dan.
I'm still in that. Okay, so it looks like what's happened is I'm still in the buy on that, but I don't have that. That. So USCHF, let's have a look. Okay. Wow. I think what happened here, if I let me have a look. Oh no, I know 34 pips. Oh, actually, in fact, I'm still there and waiting for you're absolutely right. Anyway, there is an order here for a buy, but I don't know. Anyway, it is green. We've got this. I've got a buy on. This is the last day of trading and suck back again. If it pushes up, I've got an order in place just there for it to break, like 95868 with a stop loss down here. So I am in one currently, and it's up 50 pips at the moment, even though that's pulled back down. So I think that's one I just entered, and then there's a buy stop also sitting in the background.
Now, see, because
UOGB,
that white candle showed up,
sorry.
showed up,
Yeah. So it didn't
I put
enter.
a buy on.
Yeah, correct. That's what I've got. That's what I've got.
Right. Because it's going to go
Uh,
the other direction for a minute. You got a
correct.
white candle. So even if it comes down and sweeps liquidity below,
Yeah,
your buy is still in play. You're not
correct. Well,
entered.
this is one thing I think also, Tom, is really important. Like to realize this on the end of last week anyway, a couple of days. So I started doing this where I'd have a line for a buy, for a buy or sell and a stop loss, and using the structure of the candles in the market, right? It is there's two things. One is when you put the order on, like in the 24-hour period. So if I put the order on at this time of the day, right? If market was open, whatever, then I need to allow either I don't put the trade on at that point because it's different to doing a market execution as such, but either I don't put it on or I've got to add the entry price a little more than if I did the entry after Sydney Asian session open. Does that make sense? Because
Mhm.
what I noticed was if entry here is too close to the top of that wick, for example, if to there, and if price, for example, if this candle didn't come down further, let me try and here, I'll show you. Where is it? I think it's CHF JPY was the one. Yeah, there we go. So there's the example. What happened was, and it would have done anyway, but because my entry was above the green, this candle wasn't there, right? Didn't exist. And so when I put price there, what happens is when it changed over to the new day, it poked up, then pulled back down again. So it got me into the trade and then went into negative. Does that make sense? I'm not saying it's going to continue down, because we've got that candle, and I would see that we potentially would buy or it would go sideways or whatever. But if this was just coming up close, even if it didn't actually go past that entry line, it would, with spread, kick me in the trade and then go into negative. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I'm just this I couldn't avoid because of what it did, but I'm sort of just talking about that from is it CHF? Yeah. See how this maybe that I don't know, maybe you can't avoid it, but the one point I want to make is the entry needs to have a big enough gap from the top of the wick of the current candle or the bottom or whichever way it is, so that just on changeover entry to the next day, it's not going to spike you in, where this didn't. Okay, so Euro CHF didn't spike me in because there was enough gap between the top of that wick and as is what price did. Okay, maybe that wasn't clear enough, that point, but anyway, this is something that I've been thinking about. That's all. Euro GBP.
Well, once again,
Oh,
though, go
sorry,
back.
go. Yeah,
Let's talk through this.
yeah,
So once again, my point being is when you see it turn green like that
yeah,
and you want it to buy, yeah, I've been talking about you show the white candle, put a buy on. We know it's going to pull back,
yeah.
but put a buy on if we truly think it's going to go up, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So since you have three candles like this in a row where it's green, and you're coming into a Friday,
Yeah.
the last day of trading,
Yeah. Pulls back.
rather than take the top of this green candle, pick a target to the left.
Mm-hmm.
The target to the left would be the top of the green candle.
Yeah, over here.
That one right there.
Yeah.
And your stop loss would be below any fair gap along here. So there's a fair gap right there. The last white candle that posted.
Sorry, down here.
No, where we're at now.
Oh, up here.
No, where price is now.
Oh, sorry. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so between the two green candles right there is a small fair value gap.
Mm.
Yeah, right there. You were there. Those three candles right there is a small fair value gap.
Okay.
Okay, so all I'm saying is, if you put your stop loss on the other side of that fair value gap, where you actually have it now, that yellow line, and you put your entry at the top of that green small candle to the left, it has to go to you to go through to keep going up.
Keep going up. Yeah.
If you had put it up here a little higher, you wouldn't have been tagged in.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get tagged in this one, but the other one, you're right.
Even with spread, that one probably would have tagged you in.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, if you're going to plan in advance for one of these pairs to go in a specific direction, pick your poison. Either you're going to have a bigger stop loss because you're not going to be there to enter, but you feel safe and confident in the trade of the direction, or you're going to short the trade, pick something to the left, and make that your entry as the short shows up to sell it. Because this already has its long. The only way you would use a short is if another short shows up.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So if you're going to assume this is going to keep buying, then pick a target to the left for your entry.
And also, too, the other point is where you enter is it's at that sort of, like, I call it the danger zone, right around the middle of the channel.
Right.
Where it's likely to pull back before it either continues or changes. Yeah, it reacts off that a lot. You can see it here. Bang, then just pull back and then okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
And that's what I'm saying. Pick something to the left.
Yeah. Now this is a Euro GBP. I don't think have I got it? I don't have an order on this one. Yeah, no, this is still blue, so it would have been nice to be in, wouldn't it? Anyway.
Oh, you're not getting in there.
Well, I haven't, but it might be a good idea to. Oh, look, I'm going to wait until the market opens and settles down for the first 24 hours, 12 to 24, and then I'll look at potentially getting into a trade at that point. I think it'll do a pullback at the start of the week, and it may even pull back above whatever this entry that I've sort of put there. So we'll see. I haven't got an order in place for this. If it was an order, it would be purple. It's not. Okay. Okay, Euro JPY. That entered, and I'm back down now at basically entry. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. 0.1 of a pip. But that's okay. And it pulled back. But that was entry there. It needed to break that candle, so it's the day before. The stop loss down here. And, that's, no worries from my perspective. You're at NZD, watching but not doing anything. Up, down, up, down, up, down. I think this will sell, but it will need to, break down fast here. And if you look at it, the long over there, it's sort of the same type of there. It would need to break down past there. And at the moment, depends on where you put the stop loss, but maybe up around here. But it will need to, it'll need to either break the higher low. This might need to actually be further up, either there even. We'll just see. But it looks like it's just bouncing around in there at the moment. Euro Singapore, have I got, has it got me into that? Where is it? Oh, hang on. Oh no, I'm in that. Yes. So here's another example, Tom, of where it spiked. It should have been above that green candle over here. Should have been entry there. But because it was there, it spiked me in at opening and then it pulled down and back. So, I mean, it's still in the direction that I'm looking at it happening. It just I happen to be in a bit of a negative at the moment, down 16 pips. But,
Well, I've just had a long on my settings on that last candle.
I say you're ready to get in, are you?
Well, potentially, but just from your perspective, if you're in it for the buy, I've just had a long on it, which is
yeah. Thank you, Darren. Yeah. Well, we'll see.
See that long you had back sort of to the left there. I never had that on my settings.
It's
interesting.
Yeah, we know ours are slightly different. So
yeah.
So Euro USD, I'm not looking necessarily at getting into this trade. Interesting. Just, I mean, yeah. It's just a little bit erratic at that point. Well, let's look at the GBPs. Now, I've got lots of yellow tags in here. But we'll see. And I'm in a couple, these two I'm in. So GBP AUD. I'm not in and don't have a, wow. I'm looking at for a sell, but it's not moving anywhere at the moment, so it doesn't matter. GBP CAD. So yeah, pulling back up again too. Okay. Not in that, but just interested. GBP CHF, definitely in this trade. I think I am. GBP CHF, yeah. I don't know how that, hang on, let me just see. Order. No. This must be a trade I was in earlier because I'm up 90, what is it? Up 96 pips at the moment.
Yeah.
But I think
because you moved your bar saying it would have to beat this now. You moved that top bar.
Well, the point is though, I could easily put on an order for a second trade. This is where I'm sort of looking at having, stacking some trades in on when I've got a direction that's working. I haven't put it on. I think I got into this entry back down here somewhere. Anyway, but at the moment I don't have an order, so I'm not going to do that until I'll see what happens over the next 24, 48 hours. I could do that. GBP JPY, it entered, I don't know if that got me in or not, but GBP JPY is like up 137. I think I was up more than 200 pips, but that pullback on the last day and having a stop loss, a trailing stop loss that's pulled back up, that was great. So I can see this continuing to buy, but potentially I could say, like, okay, it would need to break that. I could put another order in for that and then potentially have a stop loss here. or stop loss could be anywhere, but I'm just looking at that sort of situation. Okay, GBP NZD not in this trade. I'm pretty sure I looked at this and said, it's going to sell, but you can see where that would be the stop loss. Now, I don't have an order in place for it. It hasn't come back down again, so it doesn't need. If I had a sell stop and then it pushed up like that, then it wouldn't matter anyway. It's a little bit like the GA and GN are just playing around at the moment. GBP Singapore. Now, this is where I could have had, which have I got?
I'm about to get in this one once
Right, I don't.
get settled
But,
down.
yeah. But I think this also too, this will need to break that now. I haven't got an order in place, but it's something, and I don't want to put one on now. I'll wait, 12 hours or whatever before I look at putting a trade onto it. GU. Oh my gosh, that would have been great, wouldn't it? I didn't. You can see where, it needed to break that high, and that's what it did. It pushed up.
Yeah,
So, you did?
Yep.
Good stuff. So I think we might get a pullback. It depends on when then entry I would maybe put in for the buy. All right, let's go. Are you okay, Grace? Are you following where we're at?
Yes, I'm following.
Yeah, good.
I know I'm
Lovely.
following.
Great. And it's good you're being consistent, so it's great. NZD CAD, another one that's like I haven't got any. Let's have a look and see if I've got any lines on this one. Yeah, no. But you can see this like craziness going on. That was when the rate news came out. I think that this will potentially continue to buy, but like it's just too radical at the moment. Wait for it to settle down, start this week. NZDCHF, same thing. It would have to break that, right? For a buy. I think it will buy, but we've just got to see. I haven't got an order in place on it. Quite a few like GBPs and NZDs I don't. Again, this one to buy, NJ.
Well, I'm in all these NZDs for buys.
Yeah, I'm not at the moment, I don't think. No, and I don't have an order in. So I'm just going to see how it plays out at the start of this week, first 12, 24 hours. I mean, that should have kicked me in if I had have had an order on it. But that's okay. I'm patient. Who cares? I can get in tomorrow, the next day. There's still a fair bit of movement there. NU, bit too radical for me at this point as well. Just watching it. If you're in it, yeah, okay, bye. So in the rail, it's sort of around that danger zone there, but it has pushed up. So we'll see. I mean, in respect to this, in a way, it would need to break that. Yeah. So, and then we could put a stop down here somewhere. But we'll just see where that sort of goes. Singapore, Japanese yen, I'm in. I think this is just, I'm up 83 pips or something. But I'm pretty sure this was just a market execution. Yeah. UCAD. Now, this is where if I had, I would, and it just shows you, this is where I've put the lines. I would be in this and slightly positive if I had to put the order on there. Let's just see what happens. It's likely to pull back up and I could maybe move this. Anyway, I'm not necessarily in or thinking seriously about the UK. USD CHF. Again, it will need to break that. I think it will buy, but I haven't got an order on. I'm just sort of seeing where it is. UJ. Am I in UJ now? No, that's one of the orders. So UJ, I'm like 194 pips away from entry. Now I'm not going to move my order at this point. So I had it that it had to break this line up here, stop loss down there, but on the last day of trading, it basically just sucked back. And that's okay. Let's see what happens when the market opens up and push up. My entry is still there. Yeah, it's actually quite a large stop loss on it. USD in Singapore, just watching. Why wasn't I in sell? But anyway, it's around this line here now. I'm just a bit cautious because I think we'll probably get some buys back potentially, but I'm not going to play with it. Gold that shot up past there. Look at that. I didn't notice that in the last day of the week. And how's your silver going?
Going quite well, actually.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's not nicely.
Bitcoin's around that. It's sort of just been mulling around that 59.60 area. And your oil, it's dropped back down again. That's not what you want, is it, Darren?
Well, it did something very on if you look at the FXCM feed, did something very strange on Friday. Just towards the close of trading, this massive gap
Oh,
on the feed. You go on the FXCM, just
okay.
it doesn't matter if you don't, but if you just
Oh my God. FXCM, there it is.
yeah, that's the one I think. And it loads.
If it does. Come on. It doesn't want to load for some reason.
Actually, it is FXCM. Sorry.
It isn't?
Actually, no, it's. Oh, what is it? What am I on? It's WTI crude oil TVC.
Yeah, that's what I'm on. Oh, yeah. Big gap there.
It didn't start off the gap.
No.
It just suddenly appeared during the course of the.
Oh, that is weird. No, that feed is weird.
That's a glitch, I guess, but
Yeah.
it just suddenly dropped down there. I don't know. Just completely weird.
Yeah, I was on that. Yeah, it's not there.
It's probably a glitch or something. It's very weird.
Anyway.
Just see where it is when it opens. It's back
And
up.
cocoa's okay. It's settling down now, so that's good. Right. So any other comments, questions, feedback? So I'm in 17 trades. I've got 3 orders in place. Things aren't crazy. I haven't been sort of knocked out of many, which is good. I'm just sort of trialing this to turn around for it. It's good. I'm using a bit of market structure.
Yeah.
And still being able to keep a relatively tight stop loss on them. Not as much as Tom might be on a 4-hour, but that's okay. This is a lot more relaxed and a little bit tighter than maybe what you do, Darren, but that's okay. Got to try these things. I'll see if I get some time, Tom. I'll look at opening a demo of with Pepperstone under Trading View.
Well, I just like the convenience of it all.
Yeah, all in one place.
The one-stop shop thing.
Yeah. That's good. All right. Now, is there much else going on? There's all the setup. I know the market's not moving. We've got like an hour and a bit before the market opens. I'm going to be a bit busy today, so I probably won't be able to look at it until properly until London, just before London Open. So I'll see what happens then, if any opportunities arise, or whether I want to put any GBP or NZD orders in place, ones I don't. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with where things are at the moment.
Yeah, it's good.
So yeah. And the circus is still happening in the US, Tom?
It'll never stop.
Never stop. One
They just changed
circus.
the clowns.
Pass the suit over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I think things have settled down over the weekend. I hadn't seen much action. Anyway, I suppose I was a bit preoccupied. One of our granddaughter, the youngest granddaughter, was 2, so there was, party on the weekend. So,
I went and saw my grandkids yesterday.
okay.
My daughter is out from Maryland, and she's coming for the weekend. So all good things.
How many grandchildren, Tom?
3,
Well, okay.
a boy and 2 girls.
Wow.
Yep.
Interesting. Oh, okay. Well, if there's nothing else, other than, so I don't think there's a lot of news through the week. I don't know. We'll see as we go along. Is there anything happening UK, Darren? You've already lowered interest rates, so
Yeah.
that's sitting there. Tom's just got to tell us when they're going to do an emergency meeting in the US to lower the rate there.
Well, Mr. Powell's speaking on Friday, isn't he? The end of the week.
You mean Jerome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The FOMC minutes midweek.
Oh, okay. Well, that could really push things around. Because I think that's
7 p.m. UK time on Wednesday.
Okay, potentially that's the big news thing, isn't it? The US rate.
That just gives some indication of what's going to happen, I guess.
Yeah. All right then.
Any surprises in there?
All right, no worries.
Okay.
All right, well, I better get myself sorted. A big day, so take it easy, everyone. Thank you. I'll be back on hopefully tomorrow.
Thank you,
Right
Brian.
then. Ciao.
All right, take
Bye,
care.
everybody.